seen her standing to the left. She was having withdrawals, Gucci on her breath. Swag was on vogue and she never took a step. Say she went to public school but really went to prep. Really like the
Falls
rules, but
deep
she
on her
rather
breath.
date a vet. Flexing for the gram, mimosas on a private jet. Anything she wants, she see it and she's gonna get. Only dates older
Yeah, you
daddy
just
got
vibe to this.
I love this song. JB, I love this song.
Shout out
I do.
to talented people out there.
-2. Well, we're gonna have him on. We're gonna have him on the show. He's commented before, like to call in and stuff, and we just gotta set it up. It just requires, honestly, it requires me to have like a better system because I run this whole show on like a little crappy computer. So I gotta beef up.
Is that what it
my-
is? Just you need. Are you on your laptop?
No, I'm on this
right
like
here?
old PC that I got.
Shit, that's still impressive as fuck. Yeah.
I can, yeah. There's stuff I want to set up. I want to actually. We referenced Anchor last time, but remember how people could like send you a voice message and stuff and play it on our show? I want to do that again. So I want to be able to like put a link in our
bounce off of that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to put a link on our Instagram, and then when we cut this little stuff up, we'll post to Instagram, and then we can have a link in the bio. And if people want, like, old friends can just tap on it and send a quick audio message in. I'll figure out the tech behind it.
I like that.
This is where I
like
shine.
that.
You shine with the actual talent of the show and the football knowledge, and I shine with the tech because it's all I
Speaking
got.
of that, man, them IQs, man, that football IQ, huh?
And they bring up the
that
topics for
S2
the day.
test.
Boo. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
I spelled defeat wrong. I gotta fix that. Defat.
Fuck it. That's all right.
Texans
Dark Knight
defat.
Rises. Who is the Dark Knight?
I don't know. You suggested the episode title here.
I guess it would be the Texans, huh? Shit, I don't know.
I guess the show's gonna be Texan centered, given the draft.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we figured we'd just break down the draft and what happened there, and Troy's gonna drop us some knowledge on us, and we're probably just gonna figure out what to do until we actually have football to talk about. So
Yeah, man. This is obviously a little off-topic fantasy-wise, but more just NFL news, right? This combination of shit I listened from 610, NBC got like Peter King, right, and then Mike Lombardi's got a badass podcast. He was a former GM, right? Been in a lot of draft rooms since like '85 or some shit. So Lombardi Jr. or something. But yeah, man, let's dive into it, man. I don't know. I mean, what do you think about grades? I think draft grades are bullshit. You really don't know until what 3 years down the line if these players pan out. So these Mel Kiper, Todd McShay motherfuckers. I don't even know what these D, B minuses mean.
You can go to like 5 or 6 different sport websites, and they all have different grades depending on who they are. And so if you want to find that the Texans got an A+, you can go find an article out there of someone voting that shit. But so it's like it's always one person. Like who are they to decide?
Yeah, and it's really based off how they felt about the prospect to begin with, right? Like if they were high on Bryce Young, yeah, they're gonna give you a good grade if you're the Panthers. If you're low on Stroud, they're gonna,
What did so the Texans ended up giving up away quite a haul. So they obviously gave away their 12th. They gave away their next year one first round pick, right?
Yeah.
And
so that's what everyone's like a little what I'm nervous about, because
hopefully if they do well,
they could be a number 1 overall next year. If you think about it, if the Texans tank again, not tank, but if they fail to win a few games, that could be potentially the number 1 pick that Arizona just got. Arizona ain't expected to be that good again, are they? I mean, Kyler Murray's coming back from injury. What if he doesn't play right? Arizona could have 2 of the top 5 picks next year, theirs and Houston's. So, but I like how Nick Caserio defended that draft, man. He was like, hey, if you look at the draft points or the trade chart, yeah, the Cardinals, that is, won the trade, right? They got that extra first rounder next year, the second. But that's not how Caserio, I guess he called it, like it was for the player. They wanted those players,
Yeah, I mean, it to me, it almost speaks more to the edge guy they took. Why am I forgetting?
Yeah, so and now they're thinking, that's who they're talking about now. Like, what does Will Anderson Jr., what does he have to end up doing in his career for this trade to pan out or work? Does he have to be a J.J. Watt? You know what I mean? Does he have to play like how Mario Williams did?
I don't even think that. I just think like significantly contribute in these initial years, where it, be a key piece to it, and like so that is what like all those other guys you just mentioned did, but they kind of went above and beyond that. Like so, no, he doesn't have to be a J.J. Watt. Great if he is. J.J. Watt I think he was picked 11th pick overall in the first round.
10th.
10. So still
All right.
quite a
I think,
steal
yeah.
for what he panned out to be. So I don't like that
And a couple
question
boos, a lot of boos too, from what I remember, right?
because people
A
don't
lot of
like.
boos.
I mean,
I didn't
these
even know
days
who he was, man.
I didn't either, but I feel like I don't know.
Let's pull up that draft class, man. I want to
Yeah,
see who was in JJ Watt's draft class, man.
I'll pull it
'Cause,
up.
yeah, yeah. While you pull it up, I don't think I agree. Will Anderson, I think he's got the right head on his shoulders. Whether or not the career pans out, that's up to him to decide. That's up to the Texans to decide. I like how we're trending though, right? Based off of these guys' press conference, introductory press conferences, they sound the key authentic, bro. Like when D'Amico was introduced, he just sounds authentic. You know, it's a little bit of mix of cliches, but you could tell it's coming from the heart. It's like very relatable. Like you could almost copy and paste apply it to like what the fuck you going through, based on how these guys are talking, how they want to lead, how they want to rebuild, you know, how they want to rise again. It's like, man, it's pretty good, man. Especially listen to CJ Stroud and Will. And it's not like they're like coming in saying, hey, I'm gonna walk on water. They kind of like know their place, you know, but they're gonna come contribute work. So, shit, man,
Yeah, I got
gotta
it
be
up. So
excited.
the 2011 draft, he was actually the 11th pick, so I beat you there.
All right, nice, bro.
Blaine Gabbert was the 10th pick. Blaine
Oh
Gabbert was
shit.
taken. So I'll just roll off the top 11.
Yeah, let's do the top. Yeah, I'll top 10 before JJ. What you
Yeah,
got?
yeah.
Oh, Cam Newton was in that draft.
Cam Newton was
2011?
the number 1 pick. Then
Nice,
Von
yeah,
Miller, Marcel Darius, AJ Green, Patrick Peterson, Julio Jones, Alden Smith. Great players. Jake Locker, Tyron Smith, Blaine Gabbert, JJ Watt, Christian Ponder.
Damn. So, bro, that I mean, right there, you named two or three, or at least two defensive ends right there. You had I heard Alden Smith, who played well for a few years, then fucked up. You know, Von Miller, though, obviously future Hall of Famer, right? Super Bowl MVP, going against Cam. Actually, that's crazy. So that means that Super Bowl Broncos versus Panthers, that was the number 1 pick versus the number 2 pick. Cam Newton versus Von Miller. That's some good shit, man. And then of course J.J. Watt. So that was 3 edge rushers there, the top 11 that had decent careers, if not, well, 2
So
out of 3 are Hall of
there's
Famers.
39 cornerbacks taken in that draft.
Damn.
That's the most position. Then linebackers, wide receiver, defensive end, running back. Top positions taken.
Motherfucking Jeopardy question, man. I'll
One-
make sure I put that in the
yeah.
back pocket.
1 punter, 1 place kicker.
Yeah.
Um,
So I mean, at the end of the day, they cornerstones, man. They Texans went up and got 2 cornerstones. They had the assets to trade, bro. Like, what are they gonna do? Roll this shit over to
mean,
next year? Next
to
year,
me-
like, spend it now, you know?
To me, it says we wanted these players bad enough to where we're willing to trade for it. And 2, we believe they'll contribute in a significant way where we won't be holding on to the first round picks. I don't think they're really dealing away a first. Not a first round, but like a number 1 pick overall. They,
Yeah.
If things
I
go
like that.
well,
I like that.
they win some games, and they're looking at a later round pick in the first
Yeah.
round. So then it's like, meh, we're okay with that for sure.
I like
Because like they're not intending to lose. No one ever like plans this stuff to say like, yeah, we're gonna be sitting here with the first overall pick next year. So I think it's just they have more confidence in that, and then with all the new coaching staff, so they just believe in themselves and they believe
Agreed.
in the guys that they're picking. Is how I would interpret that.
Yeah.
So what other takeaways do you have besides any other players?
I mean, that's
that-
really it. I mean, we could touch on the rest of the draft, but I mean, no need to. I think what the Texans did here, I know it's gonna come down to like, well, what they're gonna say is the cliche competition. They just want to build competition. But like, if you look at it, some quick hits that like 6'10" touched on that are interesting. Maybe training camp like storylines, battles. Um, Case Keenum didn't come here to be the 3rd string quarterback. Do you believe that? You know, so that means Davis Mills. Is he gonna have that pride, swallow his pride, ego type interference? Is he gonna be a distraction? You know,
Actually, that's a great question before you move on to the next thing, because I was wondering that very thing. Like, Case Keenum back in the Texans is just really cool to see. Again, the veteran presence in the locker room, and it's crazy. He's in his 10th year, right? Over a decade
That
in
boy-
the league.
yeah, that motherfucker making wine now. You know
Dude.
what I mean? The back shit, like he got enough money
Is
to
he
open
really?
up a little vineyard. Yeah, boy, that boy. I mean, shit, man. Keenum's the
But
dream,
like,
bro.
good for him.
Shit.
Like, cause he's the typical
Yeah.
U of H guy, came in Texans, 3rd string. Anyway, got in. It's not impossible that teams keep like 3 quarterbacks these days, and sometimes that 3rd string is like an old veteran who's just there to guide the 2 young guys. So I
And
thought
D'Amico and the OC, they came from a system where I mean they
I have
usually
no
had good
idea,
quarterbacks.
but he's a solid number two, and I'd rather him at number two than Davis Miller, quite honestly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I had no idea. Like, is he really just picked at three now, or are they if he like has considerable better play, or they would they actually put him two and Davis Mills will either just cut him or you know put him at three?
Shit,
When did we
that's what
get
I'm
Davis
saying.
Mills?
I think Keenum's he's got to be two. He didn't go there to be a third string. You know what I'm saying?
What's he getting paid?
So I don't know, but I think that's what it's gonna come down to, man. It's gonna come down to Davis Mills. He can be a third string, or I mean, the rules are a lot more loose, I think, now on practice squad too. So somebody could scoop him up. I mean, do we even care if someone scoops Davis Mills up? Is anyone even like out there on the hunt? Like, cool, I need Davis Mills as my backup. Who knows, man? I think it all is gonna fall on how he is and carries himself. Is he gonna have that attention, that drama, or is he just gonna put his head down to work? I think that's what he should do, right? And then the following year, he can go play somewhere else.
He's a third
Learn
round
this
pick,
system.
picked
Yeah, yeah. So he was, yeah,
67
yeah.
overall.
Casario's first pick, bro. Casario's first pick as a GM, I believe. Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, man. Hey, the future looks bright, and shit. Peter King, touched on earlier, NBC Sports. I liked what he was saying specifically about C.J. Stroud and that whole S2 test deal. Pretty much calling it out. Pretty much saying if uh, uh if you had asked somebody 2 months ago, nobody would have never known about this test. You know what I mean? The S2 thing. It's only here because somebody leaked it,
What
and he called it basically a marketing ploy.
what
You
is
know,
the content of that test? We should get like an example of that test. Is it like
man.
brain
So
busters,
I've
SAT?
applied to some jobs. Yeah, yeah, like that. I don't know if you've ever had to hit. Some they probably got a lot of it like on Indeed and shit now, where it's they throw like it's how fast you can process information, right? Change shit. So what are examples? Like it might have the shape, right? Here's the front, side, top view, and then it's gonna make you pick like which one is the side view, and then it gives you this multiple choice, and you pick. Like you know what I'm trying to say? And then
Yeah, I mean,
some might, yeah, like
I get that all the time, but like I mean, I'm in like the coding world. I just get asked to do code and stuff, so I get mental puzzles and challenges, but not
yeah,
like
yeah,
fun, ink blot shit.
yeah. So
One time I was asked in an interview. This was for a large insurance company based out of San Antonio, who advertises a lot on the NFL Network and
oh yeah, yeah,
NFL.com, the official insurance provider. I won't say the name. They asked me in the interview how I would redesign an elevator. So if I could redesign an elevator without like constraints, what would I do? And I told them that right now elevators you have on a floor, and you have like maybe 4 to 6 elevators for so many people, and so you're jamming a lot of people into one elevator. So the problem with it is it's always waiting to fill a lot of people up, and it's just going slow, and you have to wait for each floor. So my idea was like, what if you just had way more elevators, but were smaller, so they're more made for like 2 or 4 people, but they're just constantly
yeah,
moving, so there's always something available, so you're never waiting, and so you just get in, boom. It's just kind of
yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
a buffet kind of
So
style.
maybe like direct lines, right? Like if you had extra elevators, these group of elevators only go to floors 20 to
Something. But
25.
my point
These
was
go to
like,
10
okay,
to
we have
15.
like
Yeah, yeah,
big elevators. You're doing a little bit like just increase the elevators, and because like it's
yeah,
a concept in data networking where like how information is broken down into what we call packets and sent over the wire. I was trying to
yeah.
relate it to that, and the
Oh,
funny
I
thing
see.
was
Yeah,
the guy he looked at me, he was like, "That it?" I'm like, "Is that it? The hell do you want me to say, bro?" And so he just acted
fuck
like
you,
super
man.
unimpressed, and I was like, "Needless to say, I did not get the job." So
Well, fuck 'em.
not a good answer.
Fuck it.
What would you do?
Yeah, man. Man, speaking of CJ Stroud, man, the more I dug into it after the draft, I didn't know Big Ten had a special on him. I think we touched on how I don't know if you knew the story with his family, like his father uh, was in jail for about what, maybe 20 years, then got out, uh, had a fresh start on life, became like a man of God, like worked in, to serve people, and then relapsed, fell back into that thug life,
Oh
and
wow,
then got locked up a second time while CJ
didn't see
Stroud
that
was in
coming.
middle school. Yeah, so with that whole thing going on, CJ felt betrayed. He was mad at the world, mad at his dad. And anyways, it's a great special. It just shows the maturity and really what this kid went through. It's like, man, he does have a good head on his shoulders. He's already been through a lot of the experience, and he does sound very mature and like got a good perspective on life. Like he talked about how he was bad at the world at like 12, 13 because all the people his dad helped in jail, or all the people that his dad helped while they were at the church. Once CJ's dad got locked up, none of those people were around, right, to help him and his mom. Like his mom and he, the kids they were living in like sleeping in the storage rooms. You know what I mean? Like the motherfucking U-Haul storage lots. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. It was wild, man. And then over time, yeah, time heals wounds. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, he stopped being angry at his dad too. He realized like how tough it is and what the pressure was to be the man of the household and just provide, blah blah. So I don't know, man. I hope he has some chip on his shoulder though.
No, you know
we
he
need
will.
we need a little
Yeah,
chip.
yeah.
Yeah. But he's got the edge to him. I like it.
I mean, if you join the Texans, the chip is like everyone thinks you suck. There's a chip for you. Whether you're coming in
Hey.
personally, a chip like there's a chip. Everyone should have a chip on the shoulder just to be like, don't, be as bad as you've been. Don't be the same old
Yeah.
Houston Texans. I mean, that should be the chip on D'Amico Ryan's shoulder. Don't just get to mediocre.
Yeah, and I think, hey, like I said, bro, it's exciting, bro. It's trending up the right way, man. I mean, how you can really compare it is shit. We got our quarterback. Who else are we playing? Jaguars. We're trying to be like the
We're playing
Jaguars
the
right
Jets.
now.
I saw. We're gonna play Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, on the schedule.
We're gonna play Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. That's gonna be fun.
God damn, boy.
I think it's in
Tell
Houston
you
too.
what, man.
I'm gonna pull it up.
Yeah, I mean, the schedule should be coming out end of May or so, right? So we'll find out, man. Shit, I like that. I mean, like I said, we ain't never said it before, but we try to be like the Jags right now, man. They got Trevor Lawrence. They got their franchise quarterback. Looks like he's jiving with Doug Peterson, the new head coach. We're trying to find that kind of combo. So, you look at the Titans. You know
so
who they got? Ended up getting a white boy from Kentucky.
let me rewind you real quick. Maybe I wasn't paying attention, but what you said, Peter King on C.J. Stroud and the whole test being a marketing stuff, but like, did he give specifics of why it's a dumb test or why it's a stupid headline?
Nah, he was just saying, hey, people were why did it become such big news? Like pretty much, hey, Bryce
think
Young's
any of these
marketing
tests when
agency
they
probably did a good job.
I mean, whenever they score low, that's a headline for you. Like, oh, this guy's stupid. I mean,
Yeah,
other
yeah.
quarterbacks have done too. It was a different test at the time, but we've seen
Yeah.
and heard this plenty of times. I think Cam
Yeah,
Newton
it's just
got a really
another
low
thing,
test.
like, it's the same like the combine results, the 40-yard dash, the bench, blah blah, the long jump, broad jump. You take all those things into consideration, but I don't think they all like. I don't think um they all share a little piece of the pie. You know what I mean? There's nothing like this thing's way too big or the S2's the deal breaker. Oh he you know what I mean? Like it's not like the Wonderlic test was ever the deal breaker for somebody. You know what I mean? But hey, I mean Peter King also at the end he said, hey, him as a media guy, they don't cheer for players typically. They cheer for stories and headlines because it helps. It's fodder for them, right? But he actually said like, hey, I'm hoping C.J. Stroud does really well because of the tear down and the breakdown of C.J. Stroud during this draft this year. I guess spearheaded by the S2 test, but like the fact that it was just question after question after question about him, throwing his own college stats to work against him, saying, hey, 80 plus touchdowns, 14 picks, that's not going to translate to the NFL. Well, I mean, of course not, but it still shows like, consistency, right? You know what I mean? 69% completion rating, that's badass, boy eating pussy and getting it, you know what I mean? 69, he's gonna be good, man.
I
It's gonna be good,
saw a tweet by the head of Barstool Sports. What's his name? Dave Portnoy or something.
Oh yeah, uh-huh.
He had a tweet on C.J. Stroud as like, out of all of C.J. Stroud's highlights, none of them are against like his number one opponent. Whoever that might. What was that? Alabama or something?
Oh.
What was their number one opponent?
Yeah, the knock on him, he never won the big game, like lost to Michigan twice, the past 2 years.
That's probably
Yeah, didn't win that semifinal playoff game against Georgia, but if you watch that one, that was his best game, and that happened to be his last game. So if that's a sign of things to come, or if he's trending in the right direction, shit. If we get the C.J. Stroud that was playing against that Georgia defense that had how many people going the first round, yeah, I think we're gonna be fine, bro. But yeah, I got that knock too. He couldn't win the big game, or I mean, he was in the Big Ten, bro. He won all those games. That's no joke. You know what I mean? And the other knock is he's gonna have potentially like 5 future first rounders that he's thrown to in the last 3 years at Ohio State. Some of them, 2 of them last year, another 2 this year, or 1 this year. And Marvin Harrison, his son, is coming out next year. Ohio State, he's probably going in the first round. So you gonna knock the guy because he got an all-star cast? Okay. I mean, I don't know, man. It should be all right, man.
So you. Oh no. Sorry, got to the wrong screen there.
No,
So
no,
you,
yeah. So when I was touching on the AFC South,
yeah.
I- you know, that's the easiest like barometer, you know, uh, to go with as far as like, okay, let's see how we doing compared to these motherfuckers. Like I said, right now the gold standards, the Jags. You look at the Titans, like I wouldn't like to be the Titans right now. They drafted a quarterback in the third round last year, which to be fair, ain't much of a. It's a third rounder. It's not like they were throwing some shit away.
And
They
Gardner
tried it,
Minshew is going
didn't
to be
work.
their quarterback, right? That's who
Yeah,
they. That's who
he's
that.
slated right now because it's Malik Willis who they got last year, and then of course Will Levis who they picked first in the second round this year. Right, he slid out of the first round. Um, so and Colts. I mean, Colts is the wild card. They got AR. They got old Anthony Richardson,
Speaking of the
kid out of
Colts, where
Florida.
did Matt Ryan go? He hasn't been picked up by a team,
I think
has he?
he's done, bro. I
Is
mean,
he
the motherfucker
retiring?
should retire. He should
Yeah.
retire, man.
Oh, it,
But they tried him. Who they tried before that? Philip Rivers.
they
You
did.
know, they're trying all these quarterbacks, man. So yeah, it says I guess he's free agent right now. Yeah, free agent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's formally announced it. He'd make a good probably sports guy, sports announcer or something, media dude.
Well, I mean, the Texans look like the team you'd want to be right now in the AFC South. Last thing I'll say on the Colts, the kid they picked out of Florida, phenomenal beast, bro. Like 6'4", 6'5", 240. He's gonna help him out in the running game immediately, I believe. I think the head coach now is a former OC for the Eagles, so had a lot of experience with the whole dual threat quarterback. Turned Jalen into what he was, or they credit him into helping Jalen reach what he reached. This year. So if he could do that same thing, incorporate some stuff that Anthony Richardson had at Florida, you know, um, I just don't like the rawness of it, bro. Like to go fourth overall and how raw he is, as in like raw, man.
You
13
yeah,
games,
you'd
only
mentioned
played
like
13 games.
yeah,
Only
not a
played
lot of
13
game
games.
tape.
Only won 6 of them, bro. Like his last game was against Florida State, and that was an ugly game.
Was
I
that
think
like,
it
that
went
was
for like
that
9.
was all he was a starter for, or was
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. I believe, yeah, yeah.
so
Started
he's only
13
started
games.
like 1 year and then
Yeah,
got
yeah,
drafted?
yeah, man.
Yeah, we've
Just
seen that a lot though.
yeah,
But
they just
at the
drafted.
quarterback position, that is hard. Like you see it a lot, maybe like a D line or even O line. A lot of small school kids and stuff. You've never
And
seen that very much at a quarterback position that high.
yeah, we'll
Um,
see though, man. We'll see.
okay. Well, then who does that leave to, or who's hot in 2024 coming out of college?
Yeah, bro.
I have not kept up at all. I barely kept up with this year.
No, no, it's way too early. First of all, but I wanted to throw this in because I heard it over on 610 too. There was some speak of this if you're in this if you were a Texans fan, because a lot of people think, well, fuck these quarterbacks this year. If we ain't getting Bryce Young, let's wait till next year. Let's go get Caleb out of USC.
I was gonna say,
Just
who's
won
the
the
USC
Heisman.
guy?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, Caleb Williams. Who's they're saying is the next Patrick Mahomes.
Right. Yeah, I
It's
saw that.
crazy how they just throw comparisons out there like that, man. And any white quarterback now is suddenly the next Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, yeah. Yeah. Who's hot? Besides him, we just touched on. Go by position. There's a badass tight end. Let me see if I can pull it up. Fuck, I don't have it right now.
Do the
But
research.
Marvin Harrison Jr., who was the guy I just mentioned, he's probably the top receiver to
And
go.
that's
He
Marvin
just
Harrison's
finished his-
son.
Yep, yeah, you already know. So he's already
Wow,
got the
he got the
bloodline.
same name and everything.
Yeah, bro. Shit. It's
Talk
tough,
about
so-
living in your dad's shadow. It's like also let me give you my name,
shit,
my
but
exact
he's,
name.
He's fucking actually excelling, not like
Yeah, I mean,
who else's daddies are famous. I mean, LeBron's son
Randy
apparently is
Moss.
gonna be a beast too. Randy Moss' son, yeah, not quite right, or
yeah, he was like a
Uh,
tight end or like I think he was one of those small tight ends, big wide receiver, and then I don't even think he made a team. I know he went to camp with several teams or whatever, but I don't think he ever panned out. I wonder what.
shit. All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right. He was with the Redskins or something at some point.
Thaddeus.
But yeah,
Moss.
Michael Jordan's boys, them boys, yeah, Thaddeus. I'm thinking about if I have a boy, man, might name him Thaddeus.
Thaddeus.
Oh shit. Anyways, yeah, I'm not really familiar with the class too, bro. All I know is Caleb Williams. There's another quarterback, Mac Brown, old UT coach now at North Carolina. He's coaching some kid named Drake. Big 6'5",
Oh.
prototypical big white boy, cornbread fed motherfucker. They're liking him in the top 10 pick. Georgia has a badass tight end. I just know because his last name, I always thought it was Bowser, but it's I think Bowers, some shit. But yeah, man, shit, that's.
Dude,
I
Thaddeus
guess
Moss
what I
is
wanted to
play.
bring up with that is what's up? What's up?
I was like, Thaddeus Moss is currently playing in the USFL.
Oh shit, damn. So he done fell out, huh?
He was with Washington football
Yeah.
team in 2020, Cincinnati Bengals 2021, so he did make their rosters. And then
Okay.
he looks like he was out all of 2022, and then this past year he joined the Birmingham Stallions. Yeah, that's a USFL
Alright.
team. Although I haven't really watched too much. I watched one USFL team. It was
They're
really
going on right now, actually. USFL, right? XFL's about to have their championship game.
yeah. Did you see Houston
to
lost?
Dallas.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah,
That
bro.
Dallas
It's
team was like
crazy. They
four
beat
and
him in the
seven.
regular season.
Yeah, and that
Yeah,
team was
man.
like 4-7. There was like a very
So Wade
microscopic.
Phillips, bro. Wade Phillips lost to Bob Stoops, man.
Yeah,
That's old OU's coach over there. Goddamn, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
what's up, man? What's happening, man? What's good? What's good on your side, bro?
oh man, I don't know. I always feel like I talk about movies, and we did that last time, but
Yeah. No, we could jump to something else. I mean, shit.
I feel like oh wait, we keep this in chat. That's why we have a chat of this. Let me look at the chat. We have.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, we'll keep it sports related then. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes' brother. You heard about
Oh
this
yeah.
motherfucker? Do you know anybody else like that? Like, do we have any friends that got some famous brothers or
Uh, well, we're
I
not.
don't know, like not really, not famous, but like how do we say it in terms of us, our friendship? Was there an older brother always hanging around when we were hanging out? I don't know, because I feel like I was the older brother when Trevor was hit with his homies hanging around because I lived at home for so
Well,
long.
this is the younger brother. He's a younger brother, right?
Yeah. He's a younger brother. That's what I'm saying. So he's just like hanging on the coattails of his brother, or I don't know, man.
But
But
here's the
they
thing,
like
like
they're
he's
tight like
had a
that,
lot
you
of like
know?
weird incidences, like I don't know, he was dancing on a seal at one point, like an NFL logo seal. I think it was when they were playing Washington.
Yeah.
He's just always in the spotlight, and it's like last thing you want to do as a family member of a famous person is like be in the spotlight for being weird or bringing
Dumbass.
attention to yourself. When
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is for the most part, like he's a pretty chill, laid back dude. Like it seems like he doesn't really go out in the spotlight. I did see he was at the Met Gala because my wife was watching it, and so I, was sitting
Mahomes
there.
was?
Yeah, yeah. She,
That's
she.
what's up. Did he dress up?
No, I mean, him and his wife dressed
Oh,
very.
they were just spectators?
No,
Mm.
they walked the carpet and they were just kind of dressed
Yeah.
nice, but they didn't like.
Okay,
I
okay.
thought it was a good move. They didn't like.
I saw old motherfucker Leto was a cat. Is that
Yeah,
was
he was
that
like a
right,
full
or-
cat. Yeah, that was
okay.
true.
All right.
But I
But yeah,
think
what's up? Yeah.
I think they did it smart. Like he did, like Super Bowl MVP quarterback probably got an invite, but they just wore like a tuxedo and a nice dress. They didn't bring like a lot of attention to themselves. Like it would have been really cringe if his wife wore something really extravagant and stuff and brought up all this attention to herself, and it would just
Yeah.
would have looked good. So I thought they did it tastefully. But yeah, like I mean, you got to imagine he's told his brother many times, like calm the fuck down, sit down, stop bringing attention, all that stuff.
I don't know,
And-
bro. I don't think so, man.
I
Because why
bet-
is he still doing it?
Because he's a
If
weirdo.
Patrick was my brother and told me to do it once, I would listen to my older brother who's taking care of me.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know,
don't know.
man.
It's just weird. But like,
There was also a video where, like, yeah, he was dancing. It looked like they were in a dining room setting at a restaurant. Like, the Jackson kid was dancing, and then his girl came in and did some little booty shake, and then like you could see Patrick like his back in the background. He's just like sitting there motionless, probably just checking his phone and shit. But just like these motherfuckers, man. God
like in the same
damn. How
tape
much
that
longer for this table?
in the same tape that where he's like choking her or something.
Nah. Oh no, you talking about something? You talking about that whole what he's in trouble for?
Yeah, he's so he's in
Yeah,
trouble
I was talking
because he
about
like
some little,
technically he's it's for
kissed his
assault.
40-year-old woman, huh? Yes,
I guess they
grab
were
that
at
bitch
like a
and just-
private bar or something, or like a bar and there's
Yeah.
after hours or whatever the hell. But he took it upon himself to kind of like he didn't choke her, but he came up from behind her and was like trying to kiss on her. But like
Yeah.
if you've put your arm around your wife or something from coming from behind, and it was very aggressive. He wasn't like
Yeah.
strangling her, but you could easily
Hey, you
say
and
that was
Amber,
assault.
y'all waited tables together?
Oh yeah, it's met my.
But like that's when y'all
love.
met, or when were y'all together too?
No, that's how I met her.
Okay, so that's how y'all met. Y'all never worked together like that, because Taryn and I worked together like that. So it was
What do you mean work together? Of course I.
like
We-
both waiting tables. Like, were y'all together at that point, or that's just when y'all were like?
Yeah, but we were both
Talking.
waiting tables, and I met her, and
Yeah.
then we started dating, and we were still waiting
Yeah.
tables. So.
Oh, good. Yeah.
yes
So
to
y'all worked
both.
together. Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know. I don't know where I was gonna go with that. My bad. But
Was
nah, I
this
was just
question?
wondering.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
happening?
I was just thinking about that. Yeah, what's happening?
What else?
Shit.
I think it's
Kentucky Derby guy? I don't really
Kentucky.
watch that shit.
No, but my neighbors at the lake house went to the Kentucky Derby. Kentucky Derby. They're like these retired people from.
Are they there now then, huh? It's about to pop off, isn't it? Or
Yeah, yeah. I told them to
yeah.
keep an eye on their place, but they're just like these retired Southern Louisiana people, and they have
Yeah.
like the biggest Louisiana accent and drawl, but they're super nice.
Oh,
But
shit.
anyway, yeah, they're doing the Kentucky Derby,
You
big
better
hats
watch
and
out,
everything.
boy. You seen True Detective season 1?
Yeah. Wait, which one is that? With
McConaughey and
Yeah,
Woody
yeah.
Harrelson. He's eating
Uh-huh.
ass and shit in there.
Easy.
Uh, hey, them boys from Louisiana, they were hunting down, man. Them crazy motherfuckers.
Oh.
That child prostitution ring and all them deaths or whatever. You know, trust them Louisiana, them Lafayette, them Cajun folk, man.
Oh, and
Shit,
here's a couple ones. I had put in chat. Remember when Amanda Bynes, like, she was placed on psychiatric hold after she was found roaming the streets naked alone. This was like
Oh
back.
yeah.
This is back like late March. Apparently, I saw another headline today that she was like released from whatever treatment center. She's going back to her home and, gonna go live life. But poor Amanda, man. I mean, she
Amanda Bynes, bro. Amanda,
Brought-
Amanda, Amanda, Amanda.
yeah, she brought a lot of smiles, back in
Show.
our younger years, and to see her struggling, it's
They don't
heartbreaking.
have cartoons like that now, huh? Where like it's comedians, these kids growing up, funny kids,
Like sketch shows,
like Amanda Bynes show and things like that.
like
No.
all that.
Like Talia watches something called Gabby's Cat's Dollhouse.
They're
but-
supposed to be bringing back like a rebooted version of all that, and I'm pretty sure Keenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell are like producing it.
So they made up then because they were
And-
beefing
or-
for a minute.
For a long time, right?
Yeah. I ain't saying Good Burger. I'm saying they're really beefing, bro. Yeah, they're beefing. for a
Dude, they're
minute.
making another Good Burger. That is officially announced. Like they're making a good.
What?
they're making-
Damn, they just rewinded everything.
Yeah, dude. I guess they're just like
Bro.
they made it up, and they're like, dude, let's just milk this thing. People want all this nostalgia.
They wanted that nostalgia.
So I don't know if we're having to like the rebooted all that with like with the new cast of kids. It was never going to be them in it. They're just like producers of the show. But
Yeah.
I mean, it makes no sense. Keenan Thompson's on SNL. He's like on the grown-up version of all that. And then, but yeah, apparently they're on some talk show. I saw it. I forget which one, but they're making a Good Burger 2. Interesting to see what they're going to do there. Like, what does Good Burger 2 look like after all these years? Are their characters still working at the Good Burger after defeating Mondo Burger? What's going to happen?
Yeah, man.
I hope it's
It's probably
not
gonna
some.
be them against machines or something. That's probably what the movie's gonna be. You have to update like when today's woke terms. Like that's what the movie's gonna be about.
I hope it's not like their kids are now taking over their Good
Ah,
Burger or something. It's
no,
like,
no,
no, I want to
no,
see those
yeah.
guys. But then at the same time, like if these guys are still flipping burgers, that's not a very successful career.
Yeah,
These
that's a sad real movie at that point. Ain't no comedy, motherfucker. That's... Hey, I'm not gonna lie, it's fucked up, but I went to Wings and More on back in the Highway 6. You know what I'm saying over there by
Wings and
middle
More, like
school,
where two for
Live-By.
Tuesdays, Wings and More.
West Road. Yeah. Not
Oh.
like when I was with Taryn, not recent, but when Taryn and I were together. So back when we were still living there.
Are you
But
not together
anyways,
with Taryn
at
anymore?
least no, but like I don't know what I'm trying to say. At least 10 years after high school, I went back to Wingstop. So this would say at least 2018. We'll put it that year. Circle
Okay.
2018. Bro, I mean, same waiter, bro. The same homie waiting tables when I was in high school. We were eating there and not tipping. You know what I mean? Like, I used to not have enough money, and I'd put down the $5 coupon to cover it, and then like bounce. Even though it said can't use on Tuesday, sure as hell it was Tuesday. Shit, yeah. But yeah, man, that was kind of sad when I saw that. Man, I was like, oh shit, bro.
Reach for the stars, brother. I mean, you never know
Yeah,
someone's
man.
situation. Maybe they're just perfectly happy. Some people are. Some people are like, I'm fine with this lifestyle. I'm chilling.
Bro, that money's easy money. Yeah, it's good money, man. Shit,
It's
I was
hard.
yeah.
It's hard on the
it's good
feet.
money, yeah.
You need like good soles in your shoes.
Man, more than doctor shows, bro. You need that gel, that Tony Romo Skechers Cool Airflow memory foam. Yeah. That's what you need, man. You need little Chinese hands cutting up these Tempur-Pedic pillows, foot size, just to slip in your shoe.
Trying to see.
Fuck.
Oh, did you see? Speaking of movie, gotta hit movies real quick. They're making
Yeah.
another. I think it's already out. The new Transformers flick. It's like with Beast stuff. It has like Beast Wars vibes to it. I don't know. Optimus.
Oh
Prime.
yeah.
We talked about this. Like, and we said, I wonder if Rat Trap's gonna be in it.
If they're
Because-
not, they totally fucked up, right? I
Yeah,
agree
but
with you.
I mean, I don't really like it in the sense that from the trailer I saw, it's Optimus Prime is still like a truck, but there's other Transformers that have been hiding on Earth that are like animals. So it's not like the
I hope they explain that. I mean, if they've
it's
been
not
hiding
like
this whole time,
it's not like the show where Optimus was a gorilla. Like there is a gorilla Transformer, but it's not Optimus Prime. It's like a
it's
whole
not
bunch of dude.
Optimus.
Yeah, so it's like it's not the cat. So like that's why I'm like I don't think Rat Trap's gonna be in this. But like so disappointing if there's not a giant ass rat in that. That's a robot.
Yeah, and they already did the T-Rex in a different movie, didn't they? So it's like,
I
fuck,
think
man.
yeah they did like some ancient kind of thing. Like this was an ancient Transformer thing. I don't know. There's been so many Transformers. I couldn't even tell you. I've watched like the first.
Man, have
couple.
you seen I've been on Hugh Jackman kick this last 2 months maybe, and we don't have time. We don't really watch shit, but I put him on late night when I get
Like
a Saturday night or
like the
Sunday.
Wolverine kind of stuff? What do you watch?
Oh, so I hit Logan up again. Logan was fucking. You already know, bro. It's emotional, dog. Damn, man, Logan was a good movie, dude.
It was a good movie.
And then Prisoners. You know, I've been on Jake Gyllenhaal kick. Like Jake Gyllenhaal can come in and fuck Taryn right now. I'll just sit back and videotape it. Jake Gyllenhaal,
He's coming out with like a new fighting movie, right?
probably what Southpaw again. Shit,
It's
I don't know,
it's
man.
like a UFC fighting movie.
Have you seen that movie, Prisoners?
No, I haven't. When did it come out?
Oh yeah, go watch it. You know, it's that thriller mystery, man. You'll definitely like it, man. It's
Okay.
got him, Jake Gyllenhaal, and yeah, it's a kidnapping movie.
Oh,
Hugh Jackman's kids get kidnapped, and you know, it's seeing someone go to the edge to figure out where their kid is. You know, you justify, it, you feel sorry. It's a good movie, Doug. Yeah,
well, you getting
yeah.
ready for
But
like
yeah,
Deadpool or something?
nah. It was just it just so happened to be he was the common link, and this is why it was magical. Because the third movie was I didn't even watch it. I was just going in and out of rooms while Talia, Taryn were watching it. It was the circus one. Like that's a good movie too, where he's
Oh,
like.
goodness.
Yeah, it's almost like a musical movie, but it's good, man. Hugh Jackman, talented, man. You know, it's
Yeah,
never American actors now, right? It's always British or Australian. Why is that, man?
because they're really good actors. They have like that's where acting was, Shakespeare and shit. They have
Oh yeah,
really good acting school. I don't know. They're like classically trained, and then it's like to do this stuff. It's like it's easy to them. Comes like second nature.
uh
They're gen. It feels like they're generally more talented than American actors.
What
Um,
diapers do you use, man, for right now?
that's a great question, man. I don't know. I have no
You don't
idea.
even know. They Huggies or
Well, because thanks to online shopping, like usually HEB brand are good. HEB makes solid products.
oh
Pampers
yeah,
have been good. Pampers makes some good newborns. Some name
yeah,
brands
yeah, yeah.
there. Um, Honest, I don't think we. I think we tried those and they didn't do too well. That's
I
Jessica
mean,
Alba's. Ooh, speaking of
Jessica Alba.
great, man, you're finding all these segues. Jessica Alba was trending on Twitter because she went to like a Knicks game courtside. And for
God
those who
damn.
don't know, yeah, first of all, she still looks great. Jessica
Fuck.
Alba still got it, and that's why she was trending because everyone's like, "Oh shit, where's Jessica Alba been? She looks fantastic still." Well, she's like she's like an exact founder of the Honest Company. Do you know the Honest
Yeah,
Company?
that's her shit. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
her shit. All the
and
baby shit and all
do
the
you know
yeah.
her business partner
I
is?
sip her juice, man.
But when they debuted, their stock was like at $10 a share. It's now
Uh-huh.
like at $1 a share. It like with the
Wow.
with the pandemic and everything, it tanked, and with the economy the way it is, it's tanked. But yeah, that is a very underperforming stock, and maybe you can
Damn.
buy it now and on the cheap, and maybe it'll go back up to $10, and you can make some cash.
I like that. God
But
damn, boy.
the and her business partner, his name is Chris Gavigan, no relation.
Oh shit! What the
Yeah,
fuck?
let me pull this. I pulled this up.
Nah, put,
I know a little
bro,
bit too
you
much
need to.
about this.
Nah, I like that, man. Hey, Jessica Alba. I mean, the only reason you watch Fantastic Four, the only reason. Um, her first shit was Dark Angel. I never watched any of that shit, but we might put that on the list now. I mean, yeah. She
So
had
she
something with Good Luck Chuck. I remember that. That wasn't bad with old whatever happened to old well, yeah, Dane Cook fell off too. That used to be everyone's shit, man. Dane Cook, man.
yeah, I mean, some comedians I think just have their moment in the sun, and some have more staying
Yeah.
power. I think he had his moment in the sun, but then he got a little creepy and weird. I mean, like a lot of people point out that I think
Tr-
he's engaged or has now married his was girlfriend that is like 20 years younger than him. It's like significantly younger than him, like super
Like
young.
Henry Cavill, he like Superman. Superman the same way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that fucked up. Hey, people say, hey, you over 21, you good, shit.
The stock price for the Honest Company is $1.49.
Shit, okay.
Founders are Jessica Alba, Christopher Gavigan, Brian Lee, and Sean Kane. Christopher Gavigan, I've looked into this dude. I have no relation to this man, but he is the same last name, spelt the same, and I've never actually ever seen that, like ever.
Oh damn, man.
It's not a very common name.
No, I like
So.
that. So y'all got some lineage, bro.
Maybe.
I looked up two Napadalungs that lived in Dallas. One is like a dermatologist now.
Any Gavigans
And
I've
the other one, huh?
yeah, I've done like Ancestry.com and like just searched basically, and it's like either Texas, it's in New York, and then surprisingly there's some Gavigans in California, and I think
Yeah,
this guy comes
shit.
from the Gavigan California clan. So
All right.
who are these people? Don't know. It's an Irish
They're
name.
us in the multiverse, other universe, man.
It kind of feels like that.
You could have been in business with old Alva.
Maybe I still can, but yeah, man, good little podcast to jump on. We'll keep doing it until we have the draft party to look forward to. I'm excited because we can actually have a show from the actual draft.
Oh yeah,
house.
we're going to. Yeah, we got multiple
like,
shows.
I can have it set up like the day before because we own the property.
We got to set up some Olympics type shit and pretty much film some competitions too. throughout
Ooh,
the
that'd be
days.
good, like an obstacle course or something.
Yeah,
Like,
we already got
we
a
talking
couple
like-
POVs too. We got sideline somebody with the phone. We got you. You
Bring
got
your drone.
gimbal.
Yeah, bring your drone.
Oh, yeah. I like your little thing. I want to fuck with that thing. That's
Do a little what?
lightsaber ass. Your little gimbal for your camera, right? You be going.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna get a new one, but I still got
Oh,
that.
yeah?
And
Alright.
then, yeah, we can make an obstacle course. We should do that for like picking draft order instead of the
Yeah, I
wrestling
like
thing.
it.
But the wrestling thing is more of like a tradition, and it's
Nah,
fun.
man, that is played out now. We
It
gotta
does
do
feel
something
well
where we
played out.
compete. I like it.
It'd be nice to be a little fresh.
Even an
and
eating contest, man. I don't give a fuck, man. Shit.
We'll have to think about it. But all right, man. I'll
All
let
right,
you
bro.
go.
Hey,
We'll
love you, man.
love you too. Peace.
Play that JB closeout or what?
Yeah. Get some up down girl.
We need to have him next time. Recruit for the reunion.
She's a stone cold killer. Walking through the mall, I seen her standing to the left. She was having withdrawals, Gucci on her breath. Swag was on Vogue and she never took a step. Say she went to public school but really went to prep. Really like the rookies but she rather date a vet. Flexing for the gram, mimosas on a private jet. Anything she wants, she see it and she's gonna get. Only dates older daddy gotta pay the rent.
She was an uptown girl.
Uptown